The top 10 places to visit in Italia.
Italia, a beautiful country. I bet you number one is gonna be pizza and number two is gonna be pasta.
Those are the best places to visit in Italy?
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you want to go to pasta?
That's true. I mean, there might be a city somewhere. It'd probably be in America that's called pasta, and
Sure.
then the pasta is just not very good.
Yeah, it's like instant pasta, like you just boil some water and put it in.
I've been to Italy 4 times in my life now, and I gotta say, once you go to Italy, pizza and pasta are never the same anywhere else. I mean, I can't. Pasta's just not as good at any restaurant in the U.S. It's just not.
How about places of visiting it? Do you feel satisfied with the amount of places you visited in Italy?
No, I haven't been to enough. I've been to Venice, Milan, Lake Como, Florence, Naples, Rome, and then like the Amalfi Coast. But it's not enough.
So we're gonna learn some more in this video.
Let's. Oh, I forgot about Bologna.
Bologna, yeah, and we got to take a train through Parma because Parmesan.
And I was in the city of Nettuno too, a smaller city. It's an interesting place. All right, let's just jump into it. What are the top 10 places? Let's see if we've been to any of them.
What's up, guys? My name is Ryan, and I spent the last few summers exploring
That looks
the
insane.
wonderful
Wow.
country of Italy, and I want to show you my favorite places. So here's my Italy top 10.
My gosh. Oh, music.
Italy has to be one of my all-time favorite countries. It's
What
home
it
to
is.
some of the world's most fascinating history, stunning towns, and pure Mediterranean vibes. From the jagged peaks of the Dolomites,
gosh.
the jaw-dropping coast of Sardinia, Italy has it all. Let's start this video off at the incredible Amalfi Coast.
It
I
is
have
incredible.
to say this is one of the
Look
most
at that.
beautiful places, not just in Italy, but all of Europe. The Amalfi Coast is located in southern Italy, about a 3 hour drive from Rome. It's just hard to believe this place exists. Now, one of the most well-known towns on the Amalfi Coast is Positano. I mean, when you
It's the
see this
one I
place in
went to?
real life, you won't believe it. It's hard to beat the backdrop of the mountains filled with colorful villas against the Mediterranean Sea filled with boats and yachts. If you can handle the skinny roads, I definitely recommend just driving along the whole entire coastline and seeing all the beautiful towns. One notable place on the coast is the city of Atrani. It's one of the best preserved medieval towns on the Amalfi Coast. If you want a more adventurous activity, you can take a hike on the Path of the Gods. Special
We were planning to go there and do that hike
But
for a
not
bit.
only do that hike, but do it with our normal like luggage, like our bags that we had.
That was gonna be like our way to transfer to our next hotel, was just take that hike.
That's crazy. That would have been insane.
That'd have been brutal.
We couldn't have done it.
man. I'm sure people like do it with their big hiking backpacks, but we aren't that strong.
No,
We aren't
no.
that strong.
thanks to my friend Logan Armstrong.
wanna do that
helping
hike
me out
so
with
bad.
footage. He has an awesome vlog of the Amalfi Coast that I'll link in the description below. Anyways, the Path of the Gods is a 6-kilometer trail that
Jeez.
takes you above the cliffs of the coast. You'll be able to get some of the most jaw-dropping views. I mean, just unreal. Now, the best time to visit the Amalfi Coast is around May or early fall. You'll be able to miss the summer crowds while still enjoying the warm Mediterranean weather. Now, just off the coast, there's an incredible island
Oh,
called
Capri, that's
Now,
really
to
cool.
get to Capri, you can take a 45-minute ferry from Naples for around 20 euros. Now, one of my favorite features of the island is the Faraglioni. It's an impressive sea stack that juts out of the island. There's this little archway. If you're sandy, you can drive a boat through. When you do go to Capri, I definitely recommend renting a boat. That'll be the best way you can see the entire island and find all its hidden grottos and just jaw-dropping coastline. Now, after Capri and the Amalfi Coast, we're going to head up to northern Italy to visit the Dolomites. I spent several weeks exploring the Dolomites, and I consider it to be
weeks.
some of the greatest days of my life. One of my favorite places in the Dolomites is Seceta. The green grass slopes contrasted
that's
with
crazy.
a jagged mountain ridge makes for one of the most unbelievable landscape combos in the world. Now, to get to Seceta, I took 2 gondolas up the mountain and made it to the top. When I got there, the clouds covered half
just
the mountain,
gondolas?
make it from one of the best views I've ever gotten. I mean, place
That's like seems like a thing in like the Alps. Is there's just like a lot of gondolas that can bring you almost up to the top every time.
Yeah, I
which
was
is
expecting
helpful.
he was gonna say like, I spent a 4-hour hike with steep elevation and a few boulders at the end, and then, but no,
Gondola,
gondola.
easy peasy.
Places like this just really spark your imagination and make you feel like a kid again. I hope everyone can witness the power of Sacheta at least once in a
All right,
life.
let's go.
Now, another magical place nearby is
Guys, make sure to subscribe because we need to do an Italy all over the place Italy vlog series.
You know, we can't afford it. We're really, really poor. So you got to donate to our PayPal and our GoFundMe.
Yep.
Both of them.
Thank
Link
you.
in the description so you can fund our travels.
Thank you.
Alpe de Susi. It's home to the largest high alpine
That's
meadow
so
in
cool.
Europe. The backdrop of the Sassolungo mountain with the farm huts creates a scene straight out of a dream. Another must-visit place in the Dolomites is Trecimi di Lavaredo. Now, I love this place so much. I spent 4 days exploring the area. I mean, there's just so much to see here. The Dolomites will have a special place in my heart, and I hope you all can visit them one day. Now, after hiking the Dolomites, we're going to head over to Lake Como.
Lake
Now, located at the
Como.
base of the Alps, Lake Como is a sight to see. The lake is shaped like an upside-down letter Y, and it's known for its picturesque
Yeah, it
scenery
is.
and luxury villas. Lake Como has been named one of the world's most beautiful lakes, and I totally
It is very
understand why.
beautiful.
Now, when you're there, you can walk the streets of Bellagio or take a ferry to the other lakeside villages. Celebrities such as George Clooney have villas here. I mean, hey, if I had the money,
Interesting.
I'd probably buy one too. After Lake Como, we're gonna head to the coast to visit Cinque Terre. Now, Cinque Terre is made up of 5 seaside villages that date back to medieval times. The
So
small fishing
cool.
villages have lined the coast for thousands of years. During the Middle Ages, the villages started to be attacked from pirates, so fortifying walls were built to protect them from any future raids. Now, the
The
small
dang
town
pirates.
of Vernazza is one of my favorites. It has the only natural port of Cinque Terre and remains one of the true
It's interesting because we've been, for the last 2 years, we've been basically exclusively traveling around Asia. And it's so different than how it would feel to be like walking down these streets. And when we were in Italy, the difference between going there and going to Asia, where everything is like, I don't know, nothing's like old like this. There
Mhm.
isn't just like old cities like this.
I mean, the extent of the oldness we got to see in like the last 2 years was the Great Wall of China. That's about it. And
Yeah.
like Intramuros in the Philippines, which is like Spanish colonial buildings. And then some
And
other
that's like a few
colonial
hundred
buildings
years.
in other cities.
Some of these places in Italy are like over 1,000 years old or 2,000 years old. It's just crazy. It's just a totally different vibe.
truest
I
fishing
wanna go.
villages on the Italian Riviera, and I just can't get over these colorful houses and beauty of these cities. It's just hard to beat the charm of these Italian villages. After Cinque Terre, we're going to head to the second largest island in the Mediterranean, Sardinia, with some of Europe's best coastline, pristine beaches, and the
Wow.
clearest water I've ever seen. Sardinia is the place you gotta go. Now, one of the most impressive spots on Sardinia is the Baune coast. It's 40 kilometers of coastline that's made up of massive limestone cliffs and secluded beaches. Now, special thanks to my friend the Drone Book for helping out with footage. He has one of the best videos on Sardinia, and I'll link it in the description below. There's so many great places in it. Now, the
Check
Baune
out
coast
Otter.
isn't the easiest place
It's
to reach.
insane.
Most places require a hike or a boat ride, so if you do go, I definitely recommend renting a boat so you can see all the coast. Now, one of my favorite places is Cala Gororitze. It has this insane rock formation coupled with crystal clear water. I mean, I would just do anything, be cruising on a boat there right now. I mean, it's just a freaking paradise there. Now, after Sardinia, we're going to head back to the mainland to visit Italy's capital of Rome. Now, Rome may be one of the most famous and iconic capitals in the world.
When in Rome,
its
man,
history
right?
spans over 28
Yep.
centuries, with its founding taking place in 753 BC. Ancient Rome's architecture stands today and draws millions of tourists each year. One of the most well-known structures of the capital is the Colosseum. It's this oval-shaped amphitheater that was completed in 80 AD. It was the largest amphitheater built and could hold anywhere from 50 to 80,000 spectators.
insane.
You can just marvel at its structure from the outside or take a guided tour to witness the interior. One of my favorite attractions is the Trevi Fountain. It's a Baroque-styled fountain that was built in 1762. I mean, there's just so much to see in Rome. I hope you can all visit it one day. After Rome, we're going to head south to visit the region
Whoa.
of Puglia. Now, located on the boot hill of Italy.
We're also
Puglia is a-
thinking of going
Mhm.
there. We're just thinking of going everywhere, dude.
We were gonna go to Bari and what you would call it, the old city, the really old city.
Yeah, with the huts and stuff. Forgot what it's called. Let's see when the
Puglia.
map pops
Now,
up.
located
Oh, we're gonna go to Lecce
Hmm.
and Bari, and then I think that other one was like in here somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna go to Matera too.
Yeah, that
Little
would have been a
outside of
crazy
it.
trip.
Dang.
Wasn't there some like
On the-
llama or camel thing out there that we saw?
Yeah, there's something weird out there. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, there's something weird. Ah, dang, that would have been a sick one.
Boot Hill of Italy. Puglia is a region famous for its whitewashed towns and magnificent coastline. One of my favorite places in Puglia.
How do you build a city on
Poliano
that? That's so
Amare.
crazy.
It's a
Yeah.
stunning
Is it gonna
town
fall
right on
soon?
the Adriatic coast.
Maybe.
What I love about it is how the city is built right on the sea cliffs. I mean, they're just on there so perfectly that it looks like they're gonna fall off. There's some restaurants built into the caves on the sea
Oh,
cliffs.
whoa, that's
and
so
it's just
cool.
such a cool spot. One of the most
My
famous
gosh.
places in the city.
That's
is
gotta be
so
Porto.
expensive.
It's probably the most recognized place in all of
I remember
Puglia.
seeing that
It's a
when we were
stunning beach
planning.
that's surrounded
Mhm.
by cliffs, coupled with crystal clear Mediterranean water. I mean, just pure paradise there. Afterwards, we're gonna head to the island of Sicily. Now,
Sicily.
Sicily is the largest
you love
island in the
Sicily, too.
Mediterranean. It's just
Yep.
full of culture and fascinating history. One of the most impressive places on the island is the Valley of the Temples. Located in the town of Agrigento, it's one of the world's most stunning examples of Greek architecture. There were 7 temples built here by the Greeks in the 5th century BC. Unfortunately, they were burnt down by the Carthaginians, but rebuilt by the Romans
Dang
4 centuries later.
Carthaginians.
One of the most well-preserved is the Temple of Concordia. It features the classic Greek pillars, and it just makes you wonder what this must have looked like when it was first built. While we're still in Sicily, we're going to head over to the city of Catania. What's crazy about Catania is that it lies at the base of the massive Mount Etna volcano, which is 3,326 meters
Wow.
tall. It's one of the world's most active volcanoes. I'm just wild to see the ash shooting out the top. I mean, what a crazy yet beautiful city.
Let's just build a
Afterwards,
city
we're
next to
headed
it.
Why
north to
not?
An incredible region of Tuscany.
Mm.
Now,
You get
located in
extra
central
food,
Italy, Tuscany is known for its landscapes,
resources.
history, and
Yeah.
artistic legacy. I mean, I've been obsessed with Tuscany ever since I've seen The Gladiator. It's a land full of rolling golden hills dotted with countless little hilltop towns. I mean, it'd just be so cool to retire here and live on a Tuscan farm. One of my favorite cities in Tuscany is San Gimignano.
Oh.
Now, San Gimignano is a stunning medieval city perched upon a hill. One of the most iconic features of the city
bunch of
is the
towers.
medieval watchtowers. Currently, there
Wow.
are 14 watchtowers still standing, but during its prime, there were over 72 towers.
Gee,
The
the
highest were
heck?
230 feet tall. The towers were built as a result of competing families who wanted to build the tallest and most grand tower.
Oh.
I can't
Of
imagine what it
course.
must have looked like back then. I guess you could say it was the Manhattan of the Middle Ages. San Gimignano's medieval vibe has been untouched throughout time and has become one of the most popular medieval locations in all of Italy. After San Gimignano, we're going to head to the capital of Tuscany
Ooh.
to visit the iconic city of Florence.
Do you taste the food that we ate there?
Truffles.
So good. The food there was so good. Man.
I have to say that Florence is my
Man.
favorite city in all Italy. It's
it's
considered to be
interesting
the
he says
birthplace
that,
of
too.
the Renaissance. One of the most impressive
I mean,
buildings.
when we went there, we were expecting like, Florence, it's kind of like a super, super touristy city. It's not going to be as cool as it's going to be overrated. It's got to be, right?
Because we
So
had gone,
cool.
we started in Milan actually, Bergamo first, but we started with Milan, which is also super touristy and very cool as well, but obviously very touristy. So we kind of thought that that same thing would happen to Florence, but it was amazing.
Oh yeah, so cool. I mean, I just loved walking down some of these alleyways, and then the church would be the entire like background of that of the street, and all you could see is this church is growing towards you.
It's so big
Ah.
somehow.
That is, it's insane.
Is the Florence Cathedral. When you look at it, you just can't believe how big it is.
We didn't-
It was
the line was too
completed
long.
in
We weren't able to go in.
1436, and it just amazes me that they were able to engineer such a big dome back then. The Ponte Vecchio Bridge is another historic site as it crosses the Arno River. I mean, I just can't say enough good things about Florence. It's such an incredible city. Well, that is it for my Italy top 10.
Duomo.
And there's just so many places in Italy. I
Whoa.
could do a top 100 list.
Percent.
Hopefully, I can spend some time there
Oh,
this
no.
summer, so be expecting a part 2. Let me know where your favorite place in Italy is in the comments below. I also start a relaxation channel where I post
Oh.
long films with calming music. To
We
bring
should
some
make a
peace and
relaxation
nature in your
channel. We have so much good
life. I just
drone
posted a
footage.
relaxation-
We can just do a relaxation video, but it's us just doing bits back and forth, little jokes.
Yeah, that would be pretty sick. Italy is an incredible place. I love it. It's still one of my favorite countries in the whole world. if not my favorite. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
It's an amazing place with some amazing food, and there's a lot more to learn about it. So leave us some more suggestions on what we can learn next, please. Thank you very much.
We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.